International football is back. After one of the more memorable World Cups, all European teams are vying positions at the next Euros, except for one, and that is Germany. So 23 teams. Who will be making the next European Championships? We got 10 groups of qualifiers to discuss. So everybody in the comments down below, give me your predictions of the Euro qualifiers. And sit back, enjoy, get a meal, get a drink, and enjoy the video because this is going to be a very long one. Let's get into the predictions. So in Group A, we have Spain, Norway, Scotland, Georgia, and Cyprus. In 5th position, I have Cyprus. They were dealt a tough group. As we see with the other 4 teams, Cyprus, although they've been improving in the last couple of years, we have seen that they have a couple of good talented players. Piero still trio, but Cyprus are going to have a very tough group, but maybe they could get a surprise draw or win in one of these games, but Cyprus to finish 5th position. 4th position, now this is where it gets tough, right? I think it's between Norway, Georgia, and Scotland. In 4th position, I have Georgia. They have the option of qualifying through the Nations League, so they have that in their pocket. Willy Sagnol's side are definitely on the rise, and we know the talent that this team have at the moment, and are looking for their first ever major tournament appearance, led by Ivica Kvaratskhelia, alongside the other quality players, Mamardashvili, the goalkeeper for Valencia. Georgia are one of the more exciting teams to watch in these Euro qualifiers. They were fantastic in the Nations League. They gave a tough game to Sweden and Spain in the last World Cup qualifiers. Georgia are no joke, but I think for this group, they're going to finish 4th. But maybe through the Nations League, they might make their debut. In 3rd position, I have Scotland. Even though a disappointing end to the World Cup qualifiers, losing to Ukraine at home, Scotland still have Steve Clarke at the helm, and he's been doing well as the manager. Obviously qualified them to the last European Championships. The only problem is goal scoring. I just do not see a goal scoring striker who can be reliable. Yes, Shea Adams and Lindelöf, they get that one-off goal, but it's not consistent enough. Yes, they have a good midfield, they have good defense. It's just the striker position that worries me for Scotland, but I think they can still get 3rd position in the group and push Norway for that automatic spot. 2nd place. Now this team better qualify because I'm putting all my eggs into this basket. It is Norway. Haven't qualified for a major tournament since 2000, which is incredible to think about. Is the time now? Surely it is. We know the talent. Haaland, Ødegaard. They have all the talent going forward. And I think a lot of people are worried basically about the defense and the goalkeeper. But surely, I understand, yes, okay, it's not played on paper, but with one of the best strikers in the world and one of the most creative midfielders in the world, Norway should be at least getting 2nd place in this group, and I think they have a better squad than Scotland and Georgia, so Norway to make it back to the Euros. And in 1st place, it will be Spain. A new era begins with Luis de la Fuente. Spain should qualify easily because we know the quality they have. I mean, they're going to keep on developing the youth players, keep nurturing them in like Gavi and Pedri. We know Balde, the left back. Spain should easily qualify. It's just interesting to see with Luis de la Fuente how they would develop as a squad because we saw with Luis Enrique. Kept possession as they always do, but just were not really ruthless in front of goal. Will he change that with this squad? Time will tell, but Spain to finish 1st in the group. Group B, we have Netherlands, Gibraltar, Ireland, France, and Greece. So in last place, I mean, this is a pretty easy one. It will be Gibraltar. Will be a long and a very long campaign for Gibraltar. Can they get a surprise? I don't see it. The only way they're going to get a surprise if they draw at home with Ireland. That might be their only point in this qualifiers, so Gibraltar to finish last. 4th position, I went with Ireland. Now, this is a team on the rise because they have a lot of youngsters with a lot of quality. You think of the likes of Evan Ferguson from Brighton, Nathan Collins, Bazunu. So it might not be the time now for Ireland, but the future is looking very bright. So it's about developing them and finding that sort of continuity as a young squad and then pushing on for the World Cup and the next Euros after that. But Ireland to finish 4th. In 3rd place, I have Greece. After a horrendous couple of years where they've been embarrassed, it might be looking bright for Greece. Gus Poyet seems to have found a good blend with the squad, with rising stars like Pavlidis, Tsimikas, and Vlasidomis in goal. Greece are improving, but do they have enough to surprise Netherlands or France? I just do not see it. They might get close, but I just think it will be too much for them. I think Greece will finish 3rd in the group. In 2nd position, I have the Netherlands. New era with Ronald Koeman. Decent performance at the World Cup. Can they build on that? Still with not a recognized goal scorer, but we saw Cody Gakpo rise to the occasion at the World Cup, and he's going to have to continue it for this squad. Look, they're going to keep playing the same way, maybe a bit more attacking than what Louis van Gaal was at the World Cup, and the Netherlands got to keep on developing their young players like Xavi Simons into the squad. It's just not enough against this French team, so the Netherlands to finish 2nd. And in 1st place, it will be France. With Didier Deschamps continuing as the manager, the era continues, but with Varane and Benzema retiring, how will they replace these players? Well, the new breed of players are blending into this squad. You think of the likes of Kolomoani, Konate. I mean, this country just developed stars and stars and stars and stars. But Varane and Benzema will be a big miss. It's just now it is Mbappe's team. So how will they do? Time will tell. France to win this group. Group C, we have Italy, England, North Macedonia, Ukraine, and Malta. So in last place, it will be Malta. Only one name to talk about with this squad, and that is Teddy Tueme from Royal Union Saint-Gelo, the midfielder. But, I mean, Malta are in a tough group. I mean, this is a gauntlet to face. So Malta to finish last. In fourth position, I went with North Macedonia. After almost qualifying for the World Cup, the squad struggled in the Nations League and friendlies. Now in a very difficult group. They got players. Elmas, Trajkovski will need to drag them through a tough group. And I just don't think it's enough against these three teams in this group. So North Macedonia to finish fourth. In third position, I went with Ukraine. Ruslan Rotan is the interim manager. We know the Ukraine have talent. Mudryk, Shankov, Zabarny, Zinchenko. Do I need to keep going on? And let's see how Rotan can progress with this squad. Don't know much about him. I think he came from the under-21, so you guys can correct me on this. It's just about there's England and Italy in this group. And that is going to be tough for Ukraine. So Ukraine to finish third. In second position, I went with Italy. After another embarrassing World Cup qualifiers where they did not qualify for another World Cup, Mancini needs to regroup the squad and bring in new players like Gunotto, Raspadori, Miretti, Mancini. We'll have this squad playing well and qualify for the Euros. They will qualify for the Euros. It's about blending in these new young players like Gunotto. I'm really impressed by him at Leeds United. And let's see how they can do. But Italy, we know they got to bounce back. And they better qualify for these next Euros. So Italy to finish second. And in first place, it will be England. Southgate remains manager and qualification will be secured for the Euros. No doubt about it. No, I would be shocked if they don't qualify. Yes, losing to France was miserable for the squad, but the performances, I think, were a huge positive and heading into the right step for England. And England will be one of the favorites heading into the next Euros, so England to finish first in the group and qualify for the Euros. Group D, we have Latvia, Wales, Turkey, Croatia, and Armenia. In last place, it will be Latvia. A horrible couple years for the national team. Can they progress more after promotion in the Nations League? Young striker Raimond Krolis will be the future star for the national team, but Latvia just do not have that quality to compete with these teams, and it's going to be tough. They just got promoted from Nations League Division D. It's tough. So Latvia to finish last in the group. In fourth position, I went with Armenia, with new manager Petrokov, the former Ukraine manager who did very well with the team. Young squad who will play a bit more defensive, I think, with Petrokov, who sets his team up in that way. I just don't think, Armenia, they don't have the talent to compete with Wales or Turkey or Croatia. So I think they will finish fourth in the group, but they will give tough matches. In third position, I went with Wales. Now, post-Bale era, how will the squad develop? Still with Robert Page. We know the manager, very good, talented striker, Brennan Johnson. Can the squad galvanize to qualify for their third straight Euros? This one was tough between them and Turkey, but I just went slightly with Turkey to finish second. I just think Wales, do they have those game changers in the squad still? Because we saw when the going gets tough, Bale dragged them out of it. Now Brennan Johnson has to step up into that role, sort of, because I think he's the most talented player in that squad. But Wales to finish third. In second place, I went with Turkey. You have Kuntz still the manager, and Turkey in recent years have also been very disappointing. They have so much talent within the squad with the likes of Çalhanoğlu, Demiral, Koçku. They will be battling out for second in the group, and they better qualify because they had an embarrassing Euros last time around, and they didn't qualify for the World Cup. With this sort of talent, they will finish second in this group. And in first place will be Croatia. Zlatko Dalic and Croatia keep on improving and blending in the younger talent. That World Cup, they were not supposed to go to the semifinals and finish third in the World Cup, but they did it and proved the doubters wrong. Now, it's time to find a striker. Please? Any striker? Please? Come on, Croatia. You guys produce all these great defenders, great midfielders. You can't find me one striker other than Mandzukic. One? Please. Okay, well, we'll find out. Can someone like Petr Musa rise? Possibly. But no doubt about it, Croatia will easily qualify for the Euros and finish first in this group. Group E, we have Albania, Czech Republic, Poland, Faroe Islands, and Moldova. In last place, it will be Moldova after only securing one win in the last two Euro qualifiers. Bosko has been amazing this season in Israel. Let's see if he can continue the form in these Euro qualifiers. And that's pretty much the only hope I give for Moldova. They're in a tough group. Moldova to finish last. In fourth place, it is Faroe Islands. improving over the last couple of years under manager Eriksson and picking up a famous victory over Turkey in the Nations League. So don't be surprised if the Faroe Islands pick up another stunning victory during these qualifiers, because they have been proving a lot of people wrong in the last couple of years. So the Faroe Islands to finish fourth. In third place, I went with Albania. Now, Sivinu, the new manager, will have the goal to qualify for the Euros. There's a reason why they hired this manager. It's not to finish third, fourth, it's to qualify for the Euros. But only one win in 2022. He has a tough task on his hands. Can he find a goal scorer other than Broja, who obviously has an ACL tear? That will be the biggest issue for this team. I just think Albania are going up against Czech Republic, and I would fancy Czech Republic, so Albania to finish third. In the second position, I went with the Czech Republic. After a disheartening Nations League campaign, Czech Republic can bounce back. And with two good forwards in Patrik Schick and Hlosek, the Czech team are good, and I think they will qualify for the next Euros, but it will be a battle between them and Albania, but Czech Republic to finish second. And in first place, it will be Poland. A new era also begins for Poland, and that is under manager Fernando Santos. I laugh because Fernando Santos still has a job. We'll look to continue the good form Poland showed in the World Cup. Yes, it was very defensive football in the World Cup, so maybe Fernando Santos can add a little bit more attacking prowess to this team. There is still Robert Lewandowski. He will probably have his last run with this national team, so Poland to qualify for the Euros and finish first in this group. Group F, we have Austria, Sweden, Azerbaijan, Estonia, and Belgium. In last place will be Estonia. Will struggle in the group, but more positive signs are there for Estonia. Young players like Baskotsky and Sheen. There's a bright future maybe for Estonia, but this group is very tough for them. Estonia to finish last. In fourth position, I went with Azerbaijan. 5 straight wins to end 2022. The team is confident, and with Ramil Shedayev at striker, can spring a surprise maybe against Austria or Sweden. And this is a team not to write off in Azerbaijan, but I think over the whole campaign, I don't think they have enough. Azerbaijan to finish fourth. In third position, I went with Sweden. After an embarrassing Nations League, where they finished last in the group and got relegated, pressure is on Anderson to perform. If he does not secure qualification, he is a guaranteed sacked. But no doubt about it, Sweden have so much talent. Kulusevski, Isak, I can go on and on with the talent. So Anderson needs to find the right tactics to get the best out of these talented players. And I don't know. I don't know if he's the right manager anymore. So I'm going to go with Sweden to finish third. In second position, I went with Austria. Ragnik's side had a woeful Nations League, even though they were competitive and they were in a tough group. Can Arnautovic score enough? Because otherwise, Austria have a strong defense and midfield, but it's just that goal scoring aspect that lacks in this team. So Arnautovic needs to come up clutch. And I think they can do it against Sweden. So Austria to finish second in the group. And in first position, it will be Belgium. Martinez is gone. Thank God. But now steps in Dominic Tedesco. I'm very intrigued by this hiring because nobody saw this coming. Everybody thought Thierry Henry. Here comes Tedesco. Can he try and reconnect a broken squad? This squad was broken after that World Cup. We saw all the rumors with infighting. Now with younger players hopefully to be introduced. Or is he still going to go with the old squad? And Eden Hazard has retired alongside Alderweireld. But I think Belgium have enough to finish first. They still have a lot of quality. KDB, Lukaku, I can go on. So Belgium to finish first in this group. Group G, we have Montenegro, Serbia, Hungary, Bulgaria, and Lithuania. In last place will be Lithuania. Only one win Lithuania picked up in 2022. And that was a 2-1 win over San Marino. Now, this could be a very long campaign for Lithuania, and I think they will finish last in this group. In fourth position, I went with Bulgaria. The quality of Bulgaria has significantly dropped over the last couple of years. There is 2 up-and-coming midfielders coming through in Iliev and Groev, so maybe there is some promising times ahead for Bulgaria, but as of right now, they don't have the talent, they don't have the squad to compete with Hungary, Serbia, or Montenegro, so I think Bulgaria to finish fourth. In third position, I went with Montenegro. Keep games close. This is not a high-scoring team. They want to keep a low scoring line, like a 1-1, a 1-0 to them, as they won't be able to outscore the likes of Hungary or Serbia, still relying on Jovetic and Savic at the back. Montenegro can pose a threat, I just don't think they have enough, so Montenegro to finish third. In second position, I went with Hungary. Oh, man, this side is so underrated. Under Marco Rossi, has done a brilliant job, and the squad is led by the likes of Soboslai, Salai. Hungary are so dangerous on the counter-attack. They will definitely qualify for the next Euros. I have no doubt about it in this group, and they have kept on surprising and kept on believing in their way, and they believe in the manager Rossi, so Hungary to finish second and qualify for the Euros. And in first place will be Serbia. A disastrous World Cup, one of the more disappointing teams. They need to bounce back. And you know what's even more crazy? Serbia have not qualified for the Euros since 2000. Think about that. Defensively, they need to be much more organized. They were way too open and conceded such easy goals at the World Cup. look, the attack in the midfield is outrageous, but defensively, that needs to be sorted. I think they can be sorted, and they finish first in this group and qualify finally for the Euros. Group H, we have Kazakhstan, Northern Ireland, San Marino, Slovenia, Finland, and Denmark. In last place will be a very shocking pick, San Marino. Have never picked up a victory in Euro qualifiers and only one draw. The ultimate minnows will continue to be the minnows and finish last in this group and not pick up a single point. In 5th position, I went with Northern Ireland. Now, Michael O'Neill returns as manager and discouraging couple of years, not the same quality like they had in 2016. Shay Charles is the bright spot in this team, but Northern Ireland have been struggling. Although they got a surprise draw against Italy, it just isn't the same anymore. Northern Ireland to finish 5th. 4th place is Kazakhstan. Now, this is another team to watch out for. After an incredible promotion to Nations League B, Kazakhstan can still qualify for the Euros through the Nations League. So they have that in their back pocket. And we saw in the Nations League, and Bentov was the star man of the squad. And I think Kazakhstan, they'll just play very free, no pressure, because they know they got the Nations League. And I think Kazakhstan will finish 4th in this group. In 3rd position, I went with my nation, Finland. Now, there is a couple of new faces in the defense and the midfield, and Finland are experiencing, I would say, a rebuild, and I'm worried about that. I just don't think this is the same team that qualified for the last Euros and was magnificent defensively in the midfield, but we know they still got talent. Marcus Fors, Teemu Pukki, Johan Pohjanpalo, Glenn Kamara, but I'm just a little bit worried defensively. Can they keep clean sheets? I'm not so sure about it. So I think, unfortunately, Finland will finish 3rd in this group. And in 2nd place will be Slovenia, looking to qualify for the Euros for the first time since 2000, and a lot of positive results in 2022. Slovenia are on the rise. And Zesko, Sporar in the forward positions, Lovric in the midfield. If you actually look at the Slovenian team, they got talent everywhere. Oblak in goal. I think they're going to qualify for the Euros and finish 2nd in the group. And in 1st place will be Denmark. I mean, a horrific World Cup. A horrific. I had these guys going to the World Cup final. Don't listen to me, people. Don't listen to me. Kasper Hjulmand will need to bounce back. We know the quality Denmark possess. It's just about rectifying what happened at the World Cup, bounce back, get the confidence, and qualify for the next Euros. They will do that. They will finish 1st in this group. Group I, we have Switzerland, Israel, Romania, Kosovo, Andorra, and Belarus. In last place will be Andorra. Can they replicate the same performance they had in the last qualifiers, where they secured an astonishing 4 points? Yes, Andorra secured 4 points in the last qualifiers. I think they can do it because Belarus is in this group, but maybe Belarus can get a little bit more points than them, so Andorra to finish last. Belarus haven't been a European opponent since March 2021. Astonishing stat. The struggles could continue as Belarus will look to keep games very low scoring, but they just are not a very good team at the moment. So Belarus to finish 5th. In 4th position, now this is a tough one because it's between Romania, Israel, and Kosovo. In 4th position, I went with Romania. They actually played some good football in the Nations League, but this is another story where lack a consistent goal scorer. So it has to be either Drabus or Puskas to get the goals to secure them qualification. Because at least they play good football. It's just about that final decision making and final third that they're lacking. And Romania, compared to Kosovo and Israel, lack in that terms. So Romania to finish 4th. In 3rd position, I went with Israel. Possibly could qualify for the Euros for the first time in their history. A lot of quality going forward. The only problem is defensively. They concede way too many goals. But check out Manor Solomon. The guy is a special player. You see what he's doing with Fulham? Ooh, looking good. But I just think Israel defensively are shambles at times, so they will finish 3rd in this group. In 2nd position, I have Kosovo. Yes, a young squad looking to make history for Kosovoan football. Led by Rahmani of Napoli, Mukuri up front, Muric in goal. This is a fantastic opportunity for Kosovo to qualify for their first ever major tournament. And I think they can do it. They have Israel, okay? They just got to be defensively organized. They got Romania. Going to be a tough game. And obviously Switzerland is going to run away with this group. So I think Kosovo have just enough to qualify for their first ever major tournament and finish 2nd in this group. And the 1st place will be Switzerland. Yes, Yakin side were a disgrace against Portugal in my opinion. How you lose 6-1, but we know the quality they have. So they will make qualification an absolute breeze and qualify to another European Championship, so Switzerland to finish 1st. And the last group, it is Group J, where we have Slovakia, Luxembourg, Iceland, Bosnia, Portugal, and Liechtenstein. Last place will be Liechtenstein. Going to be very difficult for the Minnows, but if Vaduz is an example, Liechtenstein will not be easy, because we saw Vaduz qualify for the Conference League group stage, but I just cannot see it. Liechtenstein to finish last. In 5th position, I went with Iceland. A new era for Iceland is molding as the 2016-28 generation is slowly fading away. New players like Samsted, Johansson. Iceland need to convert. They had a lot of draws in 2022. They need to convert that to victories if they want to stand a chance of qualifying for the Euros, but Iceland to finish 5th. In 4th position, I went with Slovakia. They might have been the most disappointing team in the Nations League. They finished 3rd in Division C. How on earth, with players like Skriniar, Lobotka, Rusnak, that is simply not good enough for Slovakia. They need to bounce back and show some pride and at least put up a fight to get the automatic spot for qualification. I don't know, because Bosnia and Luxembourg, they're good teams. Yes, Luxembourg are included in the good teams category nowadays, so Slovakia to finish 4th. 3rd position, now this might be the biggest surprise I have. It is Luxembourg. Keep on improving. More positive results in 2022. Draws away with Turkey. Draws with Hungary. I mean, Luxembourg could actually surprise and qualify for the next Euros. Do not be shocked about this. They have a lot of talent across Europe. They have a lot of young talent emerging. I think Luxembourg, they will give it a fight. They might finish 4th, and I could be totally wrong, and Slovakia could finish 3rd or 2nd, but this is my biggest surprise, Luxembourg to finish 3rd in this group. In 2nd position will be Bosnia. New manager Faruk Hadzibekic after Petev's departure, which I'm shocked by because I thought Petev was doing a very good job with this Bosnian team. Bosnia are looking for their debut appearance at a Euros. They've obviously qualified for the World Cup in 2014. Can they now qualify for the Euros? This is a favorable group for Bosnia. They have to take advantage of it and qualify for the Euros. I think they will do it, and they will finish 2nd in this group. And in 1st place is no doubt about it, Portugal. New era begins with Roberto Martinez. Now, I don't think this is the greatest hiring, but we have to give him time and see how he performs with this team. The attacking talent needs to show, because we saw with Fernando Santos, at times the attacking talent was non-existent. So the involvement of the young talents as well. I want to see the likes of Antonio Silva, Gonzalo Ramos get more and more playing time, because Portugal, they just keep on producing ballers after ballers. They will qualify for the Euros so easily and finish 1st in this group. So there you have it, people. The predictions of the Euro qualifiers. I am absolutely exhausted. As I said again, let me know your predictions in the comments down below. I need to get some sleep. Hit the like button. We should be at least hitting 200 likes because it is the Euro qualifiers predictions. And soon, the European Championship is here. It's already next summer. Next summer, people. Further ado, have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. And until next time, adios.